Hi there, folks. I'm Capt Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. Right before daylight, we've been coming out here at Fina Docks out in front and working this bulkhead right out here in front. Popping cork and live shrimp, or you can use your favorite plastics. We've been catching speckled trout, slot reds. There have been a few sheepheads showing up if you're using shrimp. I like using a knocker rig with the, a quarter-ounce weight with the number 2 Kell hook and putting it right up on these rocks and letting it drift off. And the sheephead been hitting it. Slot reds, there have been a few bull reds still being caught through here. You get out a little deeper and using shrimp, there have been bull reds out here and the bigger black drum. So that's right first thing in the morning till about 8:30. And then I kind of get off of it and come over here on the other side on this Port Aransas point and work these rocks that come out a little deeper on this flat right here. Popping corks and live shrimp right on top of them rocks. You can kind of be careful not to get too close because you don't see them rocks. They're underneath the water. But the fish are hanging off on it. There have been slot reds. There have been trout. There have been flounder. Sheephead. I like using a popping cork, and tell you honestly, I've been using number 5 treble hook with like a 16th ounce weight right on top of that treble hook just to keep that shrimp down. We've been doing real well all the way up to Channel View Pier that comes out right here. So between here and the point, back at Port Aransas, and working this edge, incoming tide has been working the best. The only deal about working this right here is be careful of them big ships and pilot boats. When you see them ships, get out there in that deeper water, get away from them. But don't just sit here on this point because they're going to make a big wave. Don't need to see anybody washed up on the shore. On the good calm days, I've been running out here to the North Jetties and running out on the outside and working live shrimp with a 3/8 ounce weight right on top of a number 3 Kell hook and throwing it up on these granite rocks and letting it drift off. If you get hung up, don't worry about it. Let it sit there and either the current will get you off or the fish get you off. But there have been slot reds, there have been speckled trout, there have been still a few mangrove snappers, pompano. I've even seen a couple snooks being caught off the jetties. So this area on the north end, all the way from the point back towards the beach, have been pretty productive. Even at South Jetty, there has been sheephead on the South Jetty. There have been slot reds mixed in with some black drum. When I'm using shrimp, sometimes I'll top it off with the fish bite, the shrimp flavored fish bite. They're pink. And just cut you a strip off that and put your live shrimp on and send them out. The black drum, if they're around, they're going to eat it. Now, if the waves are too big out there, then stay on the inside and work these rocks on the inside. There's some deeper rocks that come off the jetty out here in this 15, 20 foot of water. There have been sheephead being hanging off through here also. And bull red. So we've been doing pretty good all around Port Aransas. This weather, it don't know what it wants to do. One day it's blowing out of the north, next day it's blowing out of the southeast. We've got higher tides, and then when the north wind comes in, it dumps it out. But right now, these little rock piles up against the ICW on the left-hand side right through here, both of these rock piles, that one, and if you come down and hit this other one just right here off to the left of the ICW, this edge has been holding fish. On an incoming tide, we've been catching slot reds, we've been catching black drum, we've been catching speckled trout. There have been a couple flounder being caught off these islands. What you want to do there is work where the grass starts dropping off to the channel. And I'll sit out, in probably 8 to 10 foot of water, and I throw it right there on that edge where it's shallow, right on the edge of that grass and that drop. And it seems like that's where them fish are at. There have been porpoises hanging out there. They've been pushing bait. Don't worry about them porpoises. You know, they're feeding, and that just means that there's fish there. But there have been good fish. I've been using nothing but live shrimp, popping cork, or you can use a knocker rig with the 3/8 ounce weight, and number 2 or number 3 kill hook has been more productive for me. If you come back, if that's not working for you, you know, you can come back into the flats, and you come down the old terminal channel. And, you know, this time of the year is a great time to put on popping corks and your favorite plastics. All this around the Klondikes and this area through here, you can get your drift bag. You can drift all of this. You can come back around to California Hole and drift a lot of this area through here. Speckled trout have been pretty productive on a drift, and popping corks and your favorite plastics, or you can use live shrimp. Doesn't really matter. But, you know, just depending which way that wind is setting up is the way you want to drift. But all this area in Estes and around Redfish Bay, great areas right now to be drift fishing. You know, up here by the Klondikes, up on these little sand pockets through here, there have been redfish in the sand pockets. If you got live mullet, that's been working, seems like pretty much the best, you know. You can also come back here over by Shellbank and work these potholes through here. There's a lot of mullet right now, and these potholes are holding redfish mixed in with black drum. So any of these little potholes over here by Trailer Island have been holding pretty dang good fish. So get your baits out. Work this area. Like I said, be conscientious of your tides, because some days the water's real low. It seems like it's been dropping out in, you know, mid-afternoon, around noon to 2 or 3 o'clock. So if you're out there, just be watchful of your tides. Don't need anybody getting stuck when the tide goes out. But those of you in them shallow water boats, y'all can get up here tight, work these sand pockets, and been some decent redfish all through here. This area around Ingleside, Cook Island, these little guts come around this island right through here. They've been holding speckled trout in the mornings, black drum, and redfish. If you come back on the backside of Cook Island right here and work this sand right through here with cut mullet or even live mullet, there have been a few good reds hanging out right through here. Ingleside's been pretty productive. I mean, all around Ingleside. If you come down by Kiewit here, where we call the D-Mag, this big facility right through here, and work around these pilings, there have been sheephead, there have been black drum, there have been even a few speckled trout hanging around these pilings. What I like doing is I park on the east side, and then I'll start throwing underneath those legs and work all of that area with the knocker rig. 3/8 ounce weight. Live shrimp's been working the best. Been catching pretty decent black drum and redfish through there. When you come past Kiewit and get down here on this flat through here, right past Kiewit, this area through here up tight, speckled trout, popping corks, live shrimp, or your favorite plastics. If you pass up Oxy and come down here on this flat right from this old terminal right through here and work this flat through here, we've been catching redfish through here. There have been some speckled trout. You can kind of get up there tight and work these sand pockets through here. Live mullet, live shrimp under a popping cork, or your favorite plastics. You can come back on the other side of this last dock through here. There's a fence line that runs through here. On low tide, you can really see the fence posts. Be careful, they come out into the water. But this little area on this flat past them, that fence, has been holding redfish and black drum. Been using popping corks and shrimp, or you can use free line shrimp, or you can use even dead shrimp. But the black drum and redfish have been kind of holding on this in these sand pockets on this flat right through here. Those of you that want to venture out a little further, you know, Portland shoreline is a great time of the year to fish all this flat right through here. There's been redfish through here. There's been speckled trout out a little deeper. On these pilings right through here, there have been a few black drum holding off. So if you'd like to venture off a little further where there's not a lot of boat traffic, this is a great time to catch a fish on Portland shoreline all the way down to Indian Point Pier. Now y'all have a safe, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monte Graham.